We found the trolls here in Dix Park today. We're gonna try to find them. Check it out. We'll complete the story.
Yes, YouTube. We promised some troll hunting. All right, we've seen the one in Charlotte, Big Pete with big feet.
Oh, yeah.
Little Sally in High Point. And Big Pete's got his hair or sticks from the Catawba River out that way. And them feet are literally 7 feet. So that's pretty cool. And then Sally in High Point has furniture, pegs, legs, and for the hair, because High Point's known for its furniture industry. But this talks about the grandmother tree. That's our mission today. We're gonna go see the 5 trolls here at Dix Park. And they all have symbols on necklaces. And we'll have those and we'll input that in. And nearby is the grandmother tree. It's at a preserve north of here. We'll be checking out Durant Nature Preserve as well. So the poem and the big board they put out here at Dix Park, just for this, the Thomas Dambo Troll project, promote tourism and recycling, and think about all of those 5 trolls are here, and one in Charlotte, one in High Point. Out of all that, you're talking about 50,000 nails they used. Tons of stuff that they were able to recycle. But anyway, that's the whole picture. On the website, Dix Park has a website that has the trolls, and the poem is on there that talks about this grandmother tree, and you decipher the code with the symbols on that website, and then it will lead you to the grandmother tree, a magical tree supposedly. In the distance are some skylines. It's our first time at Dix Park, ain't it?
Yep.
It's a 300-acre, a little over 300 acres, urban park here in Raleigh. Psychiatric hospital was here.
Yep.
Dorothea Dix Hospital, and it shut down in 2012, folks. But what's weird was we learned about here, there's a cemetery nearby on this property that has 900 graves in it, and a lot of them are unnamed. They're from unclaimed people that died, mostly from the hospital when it operated. Prior to the hospital, this whole site was a plantation. So that's interesting too. Anyway, we're gonna troll down here to see what in the heck we find. They've been doing a project recently to restore the cemetery. This is the Dix Hospital Cemetery. And what's funny about this, look at the sign. It's upside down, bro.
Unbelievable.
The upside down Dix Hill State Hospital. It's upside down. And in the distance, there's rows of graves out here. Row 8. And it goes all the way down. Check this, all these cemeteries. So there's rows and rows of these square stones. Some are named. A lot of them died in the 40s, it looks like, on this side. And then you have, I'm trying to figure out how to show this. But all this area is the cemetery. There's a few big plaques. I hate to walk through here. There's some old ones, for example. 1800s. So there are named ones here too, but a lot of them, like I say, 1800s and so on. Patients at the hospital. That's so crazy. We didn't even know it was here. That's a big one here. So yeah, check out the cemetery when y'all come out here to Dix Park. We didn't really know anything about this. It's just eerie that a lot of these are just the unclaimed bodies from Dorothy Dix Hospital. Here's another one. A bigger stone. Huh. Interesting. And then they have a wall of remembrance. You can tell people have left items. Even a journal. A watch. Golly, look at all the stuff that people's left on the wall of remembrance. That's interesting though. Kind of cool. So there's the wall of remembrance out here. Yep. We didn't know nothing about the cemetery, but there's a span out view of it. There is a war veteran, Civil War veteran buried out here. Apparently he was unclaimed and a patient out here too. So interesting. So we do have the cemetery here. Let us know what you think about that and this wall of remembrance.
People are buried here, but they don't have no name. Can't even believe that.
It's just weird that part of the field or part of this graveyard is just, there's divots where you can tell some land's been sunk in. All the unnamed bodies apparently are on this whole section of this field. The beehives are near it, it's beside of it. But we were surprised to see there's beehives in that project. This graveyard area cemetery is actually pretty big, bigger than it looks on camera. We're on the back side of it. You do get skyline views in the distance of Raleigh too. And then I promise we're gonna hit the trolls, but they're nearby. See, all this field is the grave. There's nothing here. And then on up are some road toward as it goes closer to the parking lot, there's rows of square brick-sized stones. They're gray, that run up with some names and dates of the people who are identified. The rest are just, who knows, unknown. But 900 bodies estimated to be buried out here. I hope this shows. And then of course the Civil War veteran, we may try to look and see if it's out. There's a couple more stones out there and see if we can find it, but again, he was like apparently a patient here at the hospital, as best we can tell. And in the nearby distance is a troll. Something's laying in the woods, folks. What could it be? I don't know. Let's see what we can find. But supposedly a troll was in these woods. Uh-oh. Now, shh. We're coming up on the backside of this troll that's laying down sleeping. So shh, don't want to wake it. Mother long tail, right? Big, huge foot. This right here is the tail that runs all around. The necklace is in the tree. What do you think? Stay with me, Mama. Stay with that Mama Troll.
Check how big it is.
Look at that. He looks tiny standing there. It is a massive troll. The tail. Hey, what do you think of the detail of the face?
It's something. Look,
And the hair
you can see it all.
on this one is sticks.
Yep.
Big Pete with big feet in Charlotte has sticks in its hair, but it's from wash up from the top of the river. So there's a plaque here. Most of them have a plaque. The one in High Point don't. So it's got the plaque about the grandmother tree and the poems on the plaque. Mother Strongtail. She's laying down resting while the children, the babies, play. So let's follow this tail and see where it goes. It's 600 and what is it? I'm looking. 645 foot long tail made out of bourbon barrel. There was a bunch of bourbon barrels donated by the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Company, and that is what's used to make this tail. 645 foot long tail. And what's cool is you follow the tail to the next troll. One of her little babies is going to be holding that tail. Someone else made a comment they thought it was an umbilical cord. That would be a cool concept too, but it's not. It's a tail. See? Starts right here. It goes up and over.
It's
Want
got
to
a
follow this tail?
Everybody's got a tail. We won't follow it.
Yes, you can climb on this tail because you can supposedly don't hurt nothing. But follow this tail. Oh my gosh, it's big. It zigzags. The tail is up in there zigzagging. Look at this thing. How it goes. Oh my goodness. And look at that tail. It's still going, guys. Where is this thing taking us? Look at that tail over there. And the tail keeps going along the trail. That's one long tail.
What's that over there? You see
And boom. You follow the tail all the way to the next trail. Here you go, folks. This one is Baby Dix. Remember, Sally and Pete are the teenagers that wandered off. Look at there. And the tail, what's he holding? He's holding the...
What is that?
Yep, he's holding the tail.
Huh, the tail? Wow.
Let me go around this thing.
Check it out.
That tail wanders through, and the back side. Look at all that detail. And its necklace is on. All the way to the feet. Which one's this one?
What? Dix?
Dix?
Yep, that's his name.
Dix, D-I-X. So, that's 2 trolls we found. Actually, people were here earlier. They traveled to Kentucky and saw some of these. They're all over the world, the globe. The Thomas Dambo maps online. You can go online and it's got all the trolls. Some are traveling ones that are temporary. They go across the country. These are permanent ones. North Carolina has the most, currently right now has the most Thomas Dambo Trolls, with 5 permanent ones. And that's the only ones we're after. We're not going to worry about the traveling ones. Asheville had some for a while. They've moved those out now. And so yeah, really cool. So let's see if we can find a 3rd one. Maybe Dix. Say bye-bye, everybody. All right. We found a Civil War veteran. Private Jenkins is here.
What do you think?
So yeah, it's kind of like in the middle of the graveyard.
Right.
Kind of a cloudy day, cool day, but we like it. Dix Park's interesting. We got 2 trolls down. We're gonna walk and find the other 2 children trolls here. One of them's running, playing hide and seek, and the other one's closing his eyes and counting. So let's go find, one of them's named Dax and Ducks, D-A-X and D-U-X. Let's go find them. There you have it, guys. Yoo-hoo! And then the other side of the sign is upside down, like we showed you. Kind of funny. So guys, excellent idea on some of our urban parks back home, and need to catch up with this. What do you think? This is a nice pine wooded area, but look at all these poles that are in place for hammocks. There's wooden poles all through here for hammocks. So what do you think about that, man?
That's pretty cool, ain't it?
So it's kind of like, you know, you got your picnic tables, you got all these poles and these pines around, and you can just set up your hammocks here. And check this out, guys. A monster troll. They do roam around when you're not looking, because we just saw one take off from this couch. I guess he brought the couch with him. Check that out. Yeah, when you're not looking, them trolls move. So when you're not paying attention, you know, out of the corner of your eye, you'll see them. Stand beside that. Or you want to sit on it?
Big couch.
Yeah, sit on that couch. Look how big this couch is.
Big old couch.
What in the world? Dax. This one's Dax. Cool. That's pretty cool. That's it. Go to the other side.
Mama, he has another necklace.
Isn't that cool?
Is this all from this year?
Wow, man. Back side of this one. I think it's Ducks. He's closing his eyes counting while the other one was running to play hide and seek. We got one more to see.
Yep. That's pretty cool seeing
It's
the trolls.
Daddy Bird Eye, because he's watching in the distance the two play here hide and seek. So let's go find Daddy Bird Eye. People, you have to watch people, they're crazy. Some people don't even acknowledge you're trying to take a picture or anything, they just jump in front of you. But that's Raleigh for you, right? We like the small towns, more respectful people and stuff. But anyway, come early, come during the week. If you want pictures and video, people are just gonna, not be respectful in the big crowds on the weekends. Urban parks are always gonna have people here. But anyway, let's go find the last one. Field of doors. Okay, we're gonna see what happens when he goes through it. I don't know. It's a portal. What?
Yes, sir.
What?
Pretty cool.
A field of doors, sir. Did you feel any different?
Nope. Cool door.
Ha! A field was got how many doors would you say? 1, 2, 3.
Probably like 10.
Yeah. 7, 8 doors, something like that. Who knows? But crazy. A field of doors. Oh, it goes down there too.
Who knows?
Definitely a unique structure. Some kind of, I don't know, art structure, something. There's lights that come on at night for it. But look at all that. That's crazy. What a cool park. Oh, right in front of these. Check that out. There he is in the distance. All right, we'll get a closer look and get our pictures, and then we'll input our codes on the website and head up to find the grandmother tree. The codes could be input in any order. But no, there was 17 tons of barrels, bourbon barrels used for that tail and for parts of some of these trolls. And then there was about 24 tons of unclaimed wood that was used. And we already told you 50,000 nails, 2,200 volunteer hours, and 400 volunteers. So it's a big project. Let's go check this out.
That's something.
He's up against that tree. There you have it, folks. All 5 trolls. His code was on his necklace too. We did it, guys. What you think of the daddy?
Pretty cool.
That stick he's holding's cool.
Massive.